All right, good morning. We have Josh Binger from Storz Hysteroscopy going through the Truclear and Storz pump.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So we're going to talk about what the equipment is needed for a Truclear hysteroscopy using the Storz fluid management system. So this is different from normal hysteroscopy where we use the wide tubing to manage our outflow. When we do Truclear, we're going to use multiple suction tubing. So we're going to have 4 packs of suction tubing and the sterilely wrapped inflow. Now we have everything hooked up, and I'll show you where each one of these tubings goes. So our inflow we'll talk about after, but our inflow tubing goes to the scope's inflow, which is going to get attached to the pump. We'll do that last. But our first suction tubing is going to go from the outflow of this scope to the center canister and just dropped in the center canister using gravity. You'll notice that these canisters are not tandem together like they were for regular hysteroscopy, okay? The second set of tubing goes to the Neptune. So the Neptune is going to be our suction source for this left canister, okay? So we have 2 different suction sources for this. The Neptune is one, so suction tubing goes to our Neptune to this left canister. And in this left canister, you notice there's a sock now. This is to collect the tissue that comes from the shaver handle, which is our next sterile tubing, our suction tubing, which goes to the handpiece. So the handpiece gets its own tubing, which goes to the left canister to a sock, and that left canister gets its suction source from a Neptune, okay? Then lastly, we have suction tubing that goes to the under buttock straight. Now we need a suction source for that canister, and the suction source for that is the actual Storz pump. Just like in hysteroscopy, this tubing stays on the machine, goes into the right canister, and that's our suction source. So we have the Storz suction source for our under buttocks. We have the Neptune suction source for our shaver handpiece, and then we have gravity for our outflow. All right, now we need inflow, and just like our normal hysteroscopy, we have our sterilely wrapped tubing. We're going to turn on the machine. We'll wait till these, and that's a good point. You have to wait till we get rid of our little Christmas lights. There we go. We're going to start at the 2 o'clock position. Turn right. We're going to look for the tube that says top, which is this one. We'll find our groove, like Stella. Push it in. Put this firmly back. And again, find our groove here. There we go. Just give it a little wiggle. This is now connected to the inflow of our scope. We have this closed. We have our flow all the way up. We have our pressure to approximately 80. We always want to ask the anesthesiologist what the mean arterial pressure is and try to match that to start. We have our suction source, which is at 0.4. We're going to turn on our suction. Actually, we're going to turn on the pump first by hitting this twice. You'll see the wheel start to go. But because my inflow is closed, the wheel's not turning. Right? So I have the inflow here. And then we're going to turn on our suction. We'll prime again onto the back table, and once we're done priming, all the bubbles are through. Once all the bubbles are through, we just turn our inflow off. All right? We turn our inflow off, and we'll turn on our scale. And once it settles, we'll zero out. In the middle of the case, if you need to change canisters or fluid, take a note of what the scale says, hit the pause button, do what you need to do, and then start again.